Eurovision fam, it's Alesia Michelle. I am so excited today because I'm not alone, but I'm not just not alone. I'm with some Eurovision participants. It's the Black Mamba from Portugal. I am so excited. How are y'all feeling today?
Great.
Feeling great.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. I had to talk to y'all because most of my channel knows I really do have a soft spot for Portugal in my heart when it comes to the Eurovision Song Contest. And I love what Portugal has been doing in recent years, where I feel like they've been highlighting artists that are indie that folks might not know about. I think you guys have had like a lot of different genres that you're bringing to the stage. I love how funky and soulful y'all are. So this kind of leads into my first question. For you, what are some of your like biggest inspirations or artists that you kind of pull from?
It's I guess we can say the black American music, right? So like the Donny Hathaway, Otis Redding, Johnny Guitar Watson, James Brown, Curtis Mayfield, you know, all the funky artists from the 70s. We really love that sound, and that's what binds us together to form the Black Mamba and to form the sound that we have.
So I totally agree with all of those references. Miguel, what do you think? What are some of your inspirations? Can you think of maybe like the first song that you heard that you were like, okay, this made me want to do music?
And we, as Pedro said, we have a lot of influence from the Afro-American music culture from the 70s, but it's like a mixture between several other styles. I for example, I grew up listening to Tina Turner and Queen. So a lot of different styles that when blend together creates what we are as musicians and as a band. So, but the main influence is what Pedro said.
Well, no, so I definitely can hear that, but I would also say like visually, I think you have a pretty strong point of view. And I've even listened to some of your past music and seen the visuals from that. You know, we got the hat, we got the suits. Like, how do you think about, I think the way that you are visually interpreted on stage? Like, I mean, basically I'm talking about the styling, okay? Like when it comes to the clothes, what's your inspiration? What's your thought process behind how you even want to look on stage?
Most of the time it's funky. He's like James Brown, is like Prince, is like those kind of artists that we need to Bootsy Collins, you know, we love
Prince.
Purple Rain. We really love that kind of outfits from the movement I'm Black and I'm Proud in the 70s, the Parliament, Funkadelic, all that outfits that we really love. And sometimes we have more of that, but in this specific case, we wanted to look like more like a crooner, more like Frank Sinatra or Tony Bennett, because of the song itself, I guess. That's why the suits came into the equation, you know.
With a little bit of Al Capone style gangster
related
influence. It's
from the 30s and the 40s.
Yeah.
I love that. So, you know, Eurovision is not just a song contest. We know that Eurovision is so about the package that we see on stage. Have you guys started working with the broadcaster on what you think your staging will sort of be like? For Eurovision, do you feel like you're going to stay sort of true to what you already did at Festival da Canção, or, you know, are you going to mix up some things? Have you kind of started those conversations?
We're gonna keep it simple as we did in Festival da Canção, but we have the opportunity to use some staging gear that we don't have here in Portugal in our Festival da Canção, right? So it's one of the biggest TV shows in the world, Eurovision. So they have all the conditions to do a big thing. But we're gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna to improve the staging a little bit by using some of the LEDs, some of the possibilities that we have now that we didn't have before. But we're gonna keep it simple for sure.
We'll try to enhance it, but not to ruin our initial idea.
No, I think that sounds good. I tell folks, especially my American friends who are like, okay, what is this Eurovision thing? I'm like, some of the best performances, even though it is this big show, like on a huge stage where you see like people using LEDs, augmented reality, some of the best performances really are the performances that keep it simple. And I have to tell y'all this, just a little bit of advice from a Eurovision nerd like myself. Camera angles and lighting are free, and they can make a performance look super expensive without having to spend any dollars. So
yeah. For sure. We're still working on that because we send them our ideas, what we would be, what we would love to be like, and they sending back the ideas that they have for the look and feel that we send them. And now we're waiting on their ideas so we can have a more specific view of what they have for us, and then we'll be working together, like trying to create the perfect environment, the perfect lighting, the perfect the content in the LEDs, all that.
So have you gotten the ability to talk to some folks who had already gone to Eurovision before, maybe some advice that they've given you for performing at the Eurovision stage? I'm thinking like maybe like Claudia Pasquale or even Salvador and Susie. Susie was at Festival da Canção. Maybe she gave some advice. Like, have you heard from some folks in Portugal who have already represented the country? Have they given you any nuggets of advice or encouragement?
Miguel?
Yeah, I've spoke with Susie, and she told me that it was like a different universe, a crazy, very lots of interviews, a lot of things happening, and she told us is take advantage of this opportunity to do some contacts and try to, because one of our main goals as a band is also to go international. And this maybe it's not maybe, I'm sure this is really one of our biggest opportunities to do so. So as Susie said, take advantage of this to make contacts, and everybody is just very loving, and you will feel very welcome at Eurovision.
Well, I definitely agree with that, and I echo that sentiment. And actually, this is the perfect segue into my next question. If you had to sit and have a conversation with an American who maybe has never heard of Eurovision before, and you had 20 seconds to convince them to watch Eurovision 2021, what would you say? So 3, 2, and go.
You should watch it because the Black Mamba is going to be there. I don't know if we would convince anybody with this statement, but that's what occurred to me.
Well, I like it. It's short, it's sweet, and I'm loving your song and performance. I think you all have the ability to really stand out on the stage. I don't think any other countries are doing anything like what you're doing. And this is not just in your semi. I think if you listen to all of the songs of Eurovision 2021, I think you all do have the ability to stand on a plane unto yourself. Have you listened to some of the other songs? Are there some songs that you're liking? Is there an entry that you feel like might be like your biggest competition? Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah,
Miguel?
we love France's entry. I think it's our favorite in terms of
Voila.
the band's opinion. We love it. We like it a lot. In terms of competition, we're very how can I say relaxed, and we're not feeling any pressure regarding this. We're just going to perform, do our best, do what we have been doing for 11, 12 years of existence. So we're going to take advantage, like we said before, try to take advantage of this opportunity and do what we do best.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
you said that you all like Voila, which is France's entry. But is there a song this year at Eurovision that you would love to do like the Black Mamba remix? So if you could steal someone's song and like make it your own, whose song would you steal?
I heard the other day the Switzerland entry, and it feels like really modern, but it feels like if we were to do a version of them, probably we can give it a little bit of our juice, a little bit of our old school feel. I guess it would work really fine. Miguel,
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I love that. I actually think I could definitely sort of hear like the Black Mamba version, just like a little bit more soulful, a little bit funky. And I have to take a moment just to say, so I'm really big on kind of highlighting the vocals. And y'all's vocals are amazing. I mean, when did you start singing? Because I mean, yeah, your vocal is really, really soulful. It's great. It's clear. I feel like I can't see juries recognizing what you all are serving, not just musically, but vocally as well.
yeah. I started to sing because there was no vocalist in the band that I that I formed first when we were on high school. So I only wanted to play the guitar. So but there's no other people in there that could sing, so I started to sing. So for the next, I don't know, 8 years, I saw myself as a guitar player and not a singer. And then when I moved to Lisbon, because I live and I used to live, and I'm living right now as well in this small city close to Lisbon called Sintra. When I moved to Lisbon and when we formed the Black Mamba, I started to believe that I was a better singer than I was a guitar player. So I kept the guitar a little bit aside, and I start looking more seriously at the singing part of it. And then as I went to discover these Donny Hathaway singers, these artists that I told you about before, I kept on digging, and I really wanted to improve my singing that way. And then I guess the game changer for me was when Mr. He's an American, and probably many of you might know him, Mr. Skylar Jett. He used to be in the Commodores. He replaced Lionel Richie when he went solo. He found out. He found me out. We got together to record a movie soundtrack, and that was the first time that somebody that sings that way the Afro-American singers do teach me how to do it right. So for me that was the big game changing for my singing and my soulful, my rhythm and blues, my funky singing, you know.
Thank you so much for that very thoughtful answer. And so my next question was, you know, I think with y'all winning Festival da Canção, it was a little bit of a surprise for some folks. I think looking from the outside, we had there were a lot of folks talking about like Neve's song. And then Carolina, she's like a big star in
One of the
Portugal.
biggest. One of the biggest.
Yeah. So when y'all actually won, like, was it kind of a moment of like, Or did you kind of go into the final thinking, hey, wait, like this is totally possible?
No, at first not. Miguel has a different opinion, but I guess when we first were invited, we didn't know about who's going to be singing the other songs. We didn't know anything about their songs. So in Portugal, and history says that we never had a fully English song selected to represent Portugal. So we knew that from the beginning, we knew that would be hard to win with an English song. But we were confident in the song at the same time. And then when the songs came out, the lyric videos came out, we soon realized that we were not favorites. And then in the final, I was with this mindset with, okay, you're not going to win, you're just going to have fun. And that's what I guess took me out, the stress, all the stress to perform right. And I guess it was in the performance that we won, I guess. But Miguel always believed that we would be possible.
I remember being like, oh, this is good. And I think just my outsider perspective, I was thinking, oh, well, is it even possible for a song in English to win? So I think that was my only thing that made me go like, oh, will it win? But I remember listening to all the songs. It definitely was unique and it stood out. And I think the performance, the way that it was staged, and I think y'all being a band as well, really, I think kind of cemented the fact that like, this is quality and this actually could do quite well at Eurovision.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But Miguel always believed Miguel wanted to say something because the perspective is different.
Yeah, I was just explaining that when we did our in the final, we did our performance, and then everybody, because we were not thinking of winning, so we were relaxed, and everybody wanted to celebrate. Okay, we did our part. Let's relax, enjoy. And I said to the guys, wait, don't start to celebrate. Don't drink too much because we have to sing again. I believe we have to sing again. Oh, you're always like that. And I said, relax, wait, we're gonna sing again, because in the end, if you win, you have to do the performance again. So I was right, luckily.
Luckily, Miguel was right.
Yes. And I mean, I have to say, I'm the same way at Eurovision after the semifinals, when all the artists want to go out, like, yes, we made it out of our semi. I'm like, you need to go back to your hotel room. You need to sleep. You need to not do any more interviews tomorrow because now you have the final. Okay. So I'm definitely a little bit of I'd say the Eurovision mom of like, go home, don't party, don't celebrate yet. But speaking of fun, I do want to end this with playing a little game called This or That, because people got to get to know you a little bit better. And, you know, this is a game I think that folks can get to know you better. So it's called This or That, and you have to make a choice. Okay. All right. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Prince.
Britney or Christina?
Christina, definitely. For me.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I prefer Christina, yeah. I was going to say Britney because he was the first one, but yeah, Christina, yeah, Christina.
A wine or beer?
Wine.
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 Yeah. Well, I feel like y'all have to say wine because, I mean, hello, Portugal. Great wine. Great wine.
Yeah. We have the perfect weather conditions here.
Yes, great wine. Okay, if you were to wear clothes, so this is for fashion, would you rather be in an all white outfit or all black?
It depends. It depends. I love white. Miguel, I guess.
I prefer the black.
I prefer black.
Okay, would you rather go on a ski vacation or a beach trip? Which I think living in pandemic world, it's like we all are itching to kind of get out and travel a little bit. So would you rather go on a ski trip, a mountain resort, or would you rather be on the beach?
For me, beach, definitely.
Of the national selections, have you kind of seen any of the other national selections in other countries? Do you have an opinion on maybe a favorite one?
I'm not really how can I say, into this national festivals. The only one I heard about it, except from Sanremo, from Italy, I have already heard about it. But the only one that I heard about that was really, they really love it, it's the Swedish one, the Melody. They have like 4 or 5 semifinals, something like this.
Oh yeah, four semifinals, and then like Honor Juansen, which is for the folks who weren't like the top 2 in their semifinal, who then duel, and then they have the final. So yeah, Melfest it's
a
intense.
big deal.
It's very, they have a big tradition, right?
No,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time and talking with me today. Obviously, we'll all be rooting for you to break a leg on the stage in Rotterdam, the Netherlands.